Sal, they called you a troublemaker, a rabble-rouser, and everything else. Are you that?
No, I don't think so. I'm a reformer in education.
What does that mean?
There are many changes that have to be made because at this point education is not relevant to kids in general and Mexicans in particular.
I wouldn't be in higher education if it wasn't for Sal Castro.
I consider Sal one of my mentors.
Sal, to those of us that came out of the 60s, was a very, very important figure. He was, for a long time, our North Star.
He was among the first to stand up in the cities and say, we belong, we have rights, we're entitled to them, and we're going to take them.
He was speaking to me. I graduated Garfield High School, and even though I was college prep, there were a lot of my friends never went to college, and they should have, because they had the ability and the talent. So I came back and convinced all my UMass buddies and brothers and sisters, we have to support the walkouts. It is the right thing to do.
He inspired students to believe in themselves. And so because of that, he is a central character in the movie Walkout, along with the high school students who really took the risk and risked everything.
What came across from Sal was how passionate he was, his intellect, his activism, very charismatic, but charismatic and humble.
He wasn't a guy that wanted stuff for himself. The thing that he wanted in terms of recognition is a small plaque at Hazard Park with the names of the people that kind of led the walkout. Because he said, you know, it wasn't about him.
Sal always considered himself a teacher. He felt it was his responsibility that kids were exposed to and got a quality education. He felt that that was an educational justice.
He was an educator. No matter what the issue was, he had a way of presenting it, and he just had this great sense of humor also too.
His theme was no sean mensos, go to college and graduate. If you would meet a former student, he would say, where are you going to school? And if they weren't, he would give them his card and say, let's talk and let's get you into college.
Sal was influenced a lot by Cal State LA, as many of us were through the decades. It was truly a village, you know, back then.
I personally think we have to celebrate Sal as an educator. As an educator, I was motivated by him.
He stood up. He was willing to risk his career, and at certain moments, his life, to stand up for Chicano rights, for who we are as Americans, and what we can claim as part of our birthright as Americans.
I think if we all as educators could stand in front of our classrooms and talk to kids with the passion, the understanding, the knowledge, and the motivation that he planted in us, we would have a better world.
You are going to college, folks. You're going to be a doctor, okay?
How do you want to be remembered?
As a teacher of young people that tried to make life better for them.